Learning the instant confidence tools that we've already talked about are such a huge component to being able to have consistent confidence, because those things are things that you institute in your life on a regular basis. They should become practices that you engage in on an intentional and regular basis. And you'll notice a big difference. I'm really curious which of the 7 ingredients that you lean on the most, which of them made you feel the most different. Go ahead and make a comment in the comment section below and let me know which one you are the biggest fan of, because I'm fascinated in the truth and the honesty from everyone in what they really feel makes the biggest difference to them. Again, 25 years working on and studying confidence and how to be able to help people show up with more confidence in themselves when they're alone, when they're in front of somebody one-on-one, when they're in small groups, and when they're in front of 1,000 people on stage. It's the exact same process, just almost like those little Russian dolls as you start to grow the levels and the circumstances and you push the edges on your comfort zone. I call that owning the edge, being able to play with your edges. So it's all about developing personal confidence in yourself first, and then you start to develop it in different circumstances as well. That when you're in this circumstance, you still place the highest amount of confidence in yourself as opposed to something going wrong, right? It makes sense, doesn't it? You know, it's fascinating too. Beliefs are something that absolutely fuels our ability to maintain confidence. We can suggest that we should be confident in a scenario, but then we collect the evidence of what happens in that situation, and it either tells us that we have a really good shot at being able to get the response or the result that we're looking for, or it didn't necessarily go so well. When that occurs and we collect new evidence, we start to believe that that evidence has some weight on one of those two truths. The reality is that we are constantly building two beliefs at the exact same time whenever we're working on building self-confidence in something. We're building the belief that says, I can, and we're building the belief that says, I won't, or they don't like me, or I can't, for those of you who haven't eliminated that word from your vocabulary yet, which I strongly advise. As the person who is the chief construction person, you have to make the decision that you're going to only look for evidence to build the belief that says, I can. When you have an experience that shows that things don't go so well, you discover how come it didn't go so well. You reinsert those lessons into your execution plan, and then you get back out there and you do it again with a little bit more information in order to be able to collect some evidence that says that I can. That's the basic process. It's not very complex. It is incredibly, undeniably honest. And when you collect evidence that shows that you can, and it's unquestionable, it's not us making a decision that, oh, I'm going to feel more confident today. And you start to, pretend. Act as if is a very important practice. I'm not beating that down. I think it's very important in specific situations for us to act as if, to feel, to visualize, to project when we're practicing, is, what's going to happen in the future. Yes. However, it is a much more powerful practice to start to construct reasons, science behind why this belief is the truth, why I deserve to have more confidence in myself in this particular scenario. For me, that was the only way that I learned how to be able to build my own self-confidence in different situations that terrified me when I first attempted to do them. And I'm not only talking about doing sales like we've already chatted about, I'm talking about learning how to lead, then learning how to lead in front of people with an audience, learning how to speak at the front of a room of up to 3,000, 3,500 people, learning how to also be able to make decisions in public and wonder whether or not people are going to judge you, to be visible, to take a stand for something, to say what you think, to say what you mean, to talk about what you believe in. All of those things are completely different circumstances in which we have to learn how to be able to have circumstantial confidence. As you do that, you have the ability, though, to have undeniable evidence that shows you that the confidence in yourself or in the scenario that you are working to believe in on your own, it's on your side. It's in your back pocket. It's like turning around and you've got this entire fleet of evidence behind you, running behind you, which gives you the ability to run at what it is you're looking to accomplish a lot faster because there isn't doubt. And so that story that I told you about the devil's yard sale, in these circumstances, when he starts to try to poke it, when the suggestion shows up, we have so much power and evidence that it absolutely discredits that thought doesn't have the ability to plug in and take any energy to be able to give it life. It's a failed attempt on behalf of doubt.